Every now and then I think of when we were together. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Like when we were so happy we could die.
Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum.
I always knew that you were right for me, but felt so lonely in your company. I don't remember this next part is over.
Bum 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 bum.
But you didn't have to cut me off. Make out like it never happened and that we were nothing. But I don't need your love. But you treat me like a stranger and it feels so rough. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. Guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Somebody! Hello, everybody, and welcome again to Keystone Film Review. We just saw The Creator. Ooh. Directed by Gareth Edwards, written by Gareth Edwards and Chris Weitz. Starring John David Washington, Madeline Una Voiles, Gemma Chan, Allison Janney, Ken Watanabe, Sturgill Simpson. That's Sturgill Simpson! I didn't know! Amar Chadha Patel, and Mark Menchaca, and others. Ralph Ineson is in it, and even more others. This, of course, is a film about a world in which AIs nuked Los Angeles. And so the U.S. bans AI. And because it's the U.S., tries to enforce that ban on everyone.
And they don't really care about borders or, crossing country lines and shit like that. Wow.
That would never happen.
The border is the line they draw.
Yes. This was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Every time the trailer would come on, I got notes from our friend John Clark that it was a bit of a spoiler trailer. So I would just do this and go, "Dream on! Dream on! Ah!" And then we're getting so many copyrights with this one. So yeah, I hadn't watched the trailer. I listened to it a lot, but I hadn't watched it.
Yeah.
Would you say that there were spoilers in the trailer after watching it?
I would say the trailer gives a pretty, as far as the trailer goes, you feel like you see beginning to end, but I feel like it kind of diverts you because you see the beginning to end in what they want you to see, but there's a lot of content in this that is not in those trailers.
That's good.
Now, honestly, for the most part, you don't really know the ending through the trailers.
That's
you
good.
feel like you know. Mike, you might be able to finally say, Glenn, I think you're wrong in that statement. I personally feel like it didn't really give that much away. Like, you thought there was like a basis and it didn't end the way it ended.
I haven't seen the trailer still, so maybe I'll text you after watching it after we go home. So whether or not this lived up to my hype, I still am not sure. I really liked it. I think it is a well-made film. There's a lot of emotional beats in it that really hit home. It has a great discussion about, AI and when it becomes life.
When they become sentient.
When they become sentient and have rights and all that. And this is not talking about using AI to steal people's work.
That's different.
That's today's problem. So, yeah, I was really excited for it, but I'm still kind of sitting on it. I'm not 100% sure if it lived up to my hype, but I did really like it. And I'm just, it's a movie that I'm going to have to sit on and think about for a while. But, it had beautiful cinematography, a killer soundtrack, great performances all around. Like you said, at times kind of flat performances, but they served their purpose and pushed the story forward. There's a lot of interesting set pieces to keep the film moving along without making it super repetitive or boring. But yeah, I thought it was a great movie, especially for a September release. A great movie.
I feel pretty much all the same.
The Chipotle's coming back to home.
I think, like he said, I said off camera that I thought some of the performances, I won't say exactly which, they felt a little flat. Like, let's just say somebody dies in front of you, and then a character goes, "No!" That's how it felt sometimes.
Yeah.
But eventually that character did get, well, that actor did get to a point of where it felt like, oh, there's the sadness that I wish I saw during that one scene. It's fine. But I thought the little girl was fucking adorable.
And she was great, too.
And she's amazing.
Yeah.
She almost made me cry a couple times, which is awesome because I like crying, even though I'm a man. I shouldn't say that out loud.
I am a man.
One of my favorite storylines is kind of comprehending whether or not AI is real or not. Like, you know, just like any of us as humans, whether or not they are life or not.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite games is Soma, where it pretty much kind of explores that as well, but in more of a horrific and not a civil war type thing, or like, I guess, World War in a way. Where it explores like whether or not robots or AI are humans. That's like my favorite thing because I'm pretty dumb, I'll be honest. But I'm smart enough to know that I think they do deserve rights and all that and life, and not just some waste bucket.
To an extent. I mean,
to an extent.
I'm a believer that we should not give robots realistic faces.
Why do
that?
that?
Because that makes the whole discussion even harder. I am also I don't think that there will. I mean, I'm probably wrong. I don't know enough about the programming behind it. I don't think there will ever be a point in the real world where AI feels like a real person. I think there's like nuances and things in language that they just can't use in a program because they have no feelings, and I don't think they could even like gain feelings. That's just how I feel. That's how I feel in the real world. Again, I could be wrong, but in the sense of this movie where they do have emotions and opinions and all that, I think it does kind of complicate the discussion. But as far as what we have right now, fuck no, it has no rights, obviously. And I hope we don't get to a point where it makes me question if it should have rights, because then we've gone too far, in my opinion.
And we're old, but we're too young for all that right now.
I'm also not going to care enough
it's
if it ever does get to that point to really fight it. I'll just be like, oh, come on.
It's going to be a weird time when there is like an ex machina moment, and except for, it's not a robot trying to kill people to get out into the actual real world. But I don't know. I think it's one of my favorite storylines, and this does it really well. And it really shows how, first off, the U.S. would handle it.
Very accurately, too.
Instantly would blame the AI for something catastrophic that happened instead of themselves, because that's just what they would... Oh, man, yeah, it wasn't us. No, it was definitely them.
It was that guy over there.
Yeah, let's just go over foreign territory and just do whatever the fuck we want now. Oh, yeah, this giant spaceship in the sky?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it, that's ours, too. Launch nukes everywhere, man. That is exactly what the U.S. would do.
I want you to put this in. It's Tim Robbins in the hot dog outfit going,
oh, my God. What happened here?
Yeah, we're all trying to find the guy who did this and give him a spanking.
It's obviously this guy, right?
Yes.
That is exactly that.
I Think You Should Leave is the most memeable thing in the entire world, and thank you, Tim Robbins, Tim Robinson, for creating it. But yeah, I think it is a very accurate portrayal of what probably would happen in those circumstances with the U.S. government. And I think they did a great job at making you feel for the AI characters, especially in a world right now where there's a lot of question marks surrounding AI, where everyone's kind of a little wary about it. So the fact that they could make you sympathize with AI characters in today's world, a little scary, but also cool.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, so am I gonna feel this way when the AI starts asking me for nudes or something?
Starts
I
asking
don't
you
want,
for
yeah, I
nudes?
don't want to fall in love with an AI.
I don't know. I think when the time, it's always been like a weird thing in my head, like
Yeah.
when the time comes, how I'd feel about that.
I don't think we're gonna
And
be
for-
alive when it gets that
No, I
far,
don't.
though.
I don't think so either.
Thank God.
But
Oh,
it's always been a
the end
thing.
can't
Like
come fast
if,
enough.
if it does, I'm like, oh fuck no, they don't deserve rights. But like as I'm watching more stuff and just kind of comprehending it, if I was a robot, which I can't just say that I am a robot and know how they feel, would I want rights and all that shit? Yeah, definitely. What the fuck? I don't know.
You're about to out
That's
yourself as a robot.
that is a whole discussion
Yeah.
on a different thing. Yeah, I thought the movie was really good. I also want to sit on it.
Yeah.
Because not that you swayed me, but I feel like I was really looking forward to this too. Not the same amount that he was,
Mm-hmm.
but not where I close my eyes during every trailer and just but I mean, I want to sit on it because I feel like that hype for it was kind of swaying for probably more than what it was, but I don't know what I want to think about it as right now.
Yeah.
So just, not that it was so mind blowing that I'm like, it needs a 5.5.
No, it's just different from what I expected it to
Yeah.
be. But also what I was expecting, it's hard to explain. Like the whenever I am excited for a movie, I'm like looking for something that really makes me ask questions. And this didn't really make me ask questions because it answered it. Pretty much any question I had, it answered them, or you know, it create a moral debate in my head about something. But this didn't really create a moral debate because it was more black and white than I was kind of hoping for it to be.
I'm not a fan of the movie title for the subject of the movie. I wish
Yeah.
I kind of wanted it, after watching it, it definitely, I mean, it made sense why it was named it, but it
Yeah.
could have been named something else. Because I don't want to, that's spoiler territory. I don't want to
No.
get into that. But
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most accurate of names or titles, which is fine. And it is more straightforward than I wanted it to be. It didn't really leave a lot up for discussion, other than, you know, the discussion we've
Discussion
had here.
we've had.
But it's not something. It doesn't feel like something that I'm really going to like bring up a lot to people. Maybe after sitting on it for a bit and then you know, rewatching it a couple times, I'll feel differently. But right now, I'm kind of like it was good.
yeah, acting was good. Political accuracy was 100%. Soundtrack was amazing.
We gotta find the guy who did this.
Who did this, man? The little girl was fucking adorable,
Yeah.
man. And it made me feel for robots. So that's a 5-finger
Not
discount.
as much as iRobot. That
No.
made me. Alan Tudyk
That's
is
'cause
great.
Alan
in
Tudyk's
iRobot. Yeah,
amazing.
he's amazing in that.
Oh, and the AI like robot designs, they were all cool. They were all
Oh,
really,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
were all really awesome.
Yeah. Ratings.
I gotta sit on it. I can't do that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just give what I'm feeling right now, and it could go up or down. Haven't really done it, or haven't really like comprehended 100%. Right now, I'm gonna give this a 4, but it could go up or down, or it might stay the same. Who knows? It's a shaky 4. I'm not sure.
If we're blue balling it, or I'm sorry, if we're shooting the shots here, it's between a 3.5 and a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where it's gonna go from there. Glenn, you're gonna edit this later, so if you figure it out by then, you stupid shit.
Yes. But those are subject to change. If you
Ballparks.
want to see if we ever change them, you can follow us on Letterboxd.
Mm-hmm.
Mike KFR, Glenn KFR.
These cool things that I just made. Look at those.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah. So. If you saw The Creator, tell us what you thought down in the comments down below. Did it meet your expectations? Did it fall short a little bit? Are you like us where you kind of need to sit on it for a bit? Who knows?
Who knows?
If you were a robot,
Would you send nudes?
would you send nudes or ask your a human to send you
Send me a
nudes?
picture of that dial-up, bitch. Send her now. Let me see the modem.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Or 011001.
Robot!